too much, just a worn-out jacket and a little bit of trust. Full tank waiting in drive, engine humming low. Feels like something in my chest is ready to let go. No return address, no safety net, just a quiet kind of faith I ain't named yet. One way out west, full tank, no regrets. Every mile ahead of me is all I've got left. I'm not running from the past, I'm just giving it some rest. One way out west. Past the county line at noon, sun high and white, rear view holding yesterday, smaller in the light. I thought I'd feel afraid of burning every bridge, but sometimes you gotta jump before you build the ridge. It ain't about escape, it ain't about loss, it's about the moment you finally take off. One way out west, heart out of my chest. Every doubt I used to hold, settling in the dust. If tomorrow never looks like anything I guessed, one way out west. Maybe I was always meant to see what's past the bend. Maybe home ain't where you start, but where you begin again. And if I break along the way, at least I'll know I tried, instead of watching life just pass me by. One way out west, full tank in my chest. Every mile a second chance at being my best. No more waiting on a sign, no more second guess. One way out west. There's a quiet in the kitchen tonight. Coffee's cold by the sink. Streetlight flickers in amber and white, while the whole town falls asleep. Your sweater's still hanging by the door, like you're walking back in soon. But the rain keeps knocking on the glass, singing a different tune. I trace your name in the fog on the window by the stairs. Watch it fade into nothing, like the weight we used to share. Every drop is a memory running down the pane, and I wonder if you hear it too, or if it's just my rain. Rain against the window, soft and slow, like the words we never let show. Falling in the silence where we used to be. Now it's just the rain and me. There's a photograph on the table, edges worn and thin. We were laughing at the ocean, salt pressed to our skin. I keep thinking I'll get used to this, the hollow in the room, but the storm outside keeps whispering, you left too soon. Maybe love is just a season that the weather couldn't hold. Maybe we were just a fire burning quiet in the cold. every time the thunder calls, but all I hear is water running down the walls. Rain against the window, soft and low, like the truth we didn't know. Falling through the evening where you used to be. Now it's just the rain and me. Just the rain, just the rain, just the rain and me. Met you at a roadside bar, half past closing time. Said you were heading west, I said I didn't mind. Two strangers in a tank of gas, no plans beyond the night, just headlights cutting through that pale Nevada light. You said, what are we chasing? I said, I don't know. You smiled like that was a reason enough to go. Strangers on the passenger side, laughing like we got nothing to hide. Every mile a borrowed song we sing until it's gone. Maybe we won't last past dawn, maybe that's alright. Strangers on the passenger side, riding through the night. You told me about Tennessee and the things you left behind. I told you about a heart that needed time. Wind whipping through your hair, moonlight in your grin. Funny how a broken road can let new stories in. No promises to keep us, no past to defend, just a stretch of highway in the bend. Strangers on the passenger side, windows down and arms out wide. If tomorrow takes you east and I keep rolling west, at least we had this sky burning bright. Strangers on the passenger side tonight. Sometimes the best connections aren't meant to stay. They're just a little spark along the way, a name written in dust, then blown aside. It's still worth the ride. Strangers on the passenger side, two free hearts in overdrive. No forever in our hands, just this stretch of land. If I never see your face again, I'll remember that light. Strangers on the passenger side in the night. In the night, passenger side. Windows down, Pacific wind, salt on my skin again. Cliffs falling into blue like they got nothing to prove. White lines bending with the shore, waves crashing more and more. Radio playing low, some song from long ago. You laugh and brush your hair back, sunlight in your eyes. moment, nothing's missing, nothing to disguise. Pacific wind, carry us over the edge of what we were. Ocean wide and reckless blue, like every dream we never knew. If the road never ends, I'd be alright with that. Pacific wind at our back. Seagulls tracing lazy lines over coastline signs. Your feet up on the dash, time moving slow, not fast. We pass towns we'll never know, let the whole world go. Just the rhythm of the sea, keeping time with me. There's freedom in the open, in the way the horizon bends. Like every mile is saying, we can start again. Pacific wind, carry us over the edge of what we were. Ocean wide and reckless blue, like every dream we never knew. If the road never ends, I'd be alright with that. Pacific wind at our back. Maybe love is like this coastline, curving out of sight. Sometimes crashing hard, sometimes shining bright. If we drift like sand through each other's hands, at least we felt the tide. Pacific wind, carry us past the fear and past the rush. Golden light on everything, like the world just learned to sing. If forever's just a bend in a long wide map. Pacific wind at our back. Pacific wind at our back. Pacific wind at our back. Bought a one-way out west, didn't pack too much, just a worn-out jacket and a little bit of trust. Full tank waiting in the drive, engine humming low. Feels like something in my chest is ready to let go. No return address, no safety net, just a quiet kind of faith I ain't named yet. One way out west, full tank, no regrets. Every mile ahead of me is all I've got left. I'm not running from the past, I'm just giving it some rest. One way out west. Past the county line at noon, sun high and white. Review holding yesterday, smaller in the light. I thought I'd feel afraid of burning every bridge, but sometimes you gotta jump before you build the ridge. It ain't about escape, it ain't about a loss, it's about the moment you finally take off. One way out west, heart out of my chest. Every doubt I used to hold settling in the dust. If tomorrow never looks like anything I guessed, one way out west. Maybe I was always meant to see what's past the bend. Maybe home ain't where you start, but where you begin again. And if I break along the way, at least I'll know I tried, instead of watching life just pass me by. One way out west, full tank in my chest. Every mile a second chance at being my best. No more waiting on a sign, no more second guess. One way out west. Packed up my life in a cardboard box, left it by the door, didn't leave a note behind. Couldn't write one more highway sign, said north 85, arrow pointing straight. Felt like something in my chest finally gave way. No big goodbye, no grand escape, just tires rolling toward a different state. Northbound and unafraid, past the towns where I once stayed. Every mile rewriting me like waves reshaping sea. I don't know what waits ahead, but I won't be the same. Northbound and unafraid, fields turning into pine tree lines, air a little colder now. Radio static fades away like a broken valve. I thought leaving would feel like loss, like tearing at the seams, but it feels more like a second wind blowing through my dreams. Maybe courage ain't loud and proud, maybe it's quiet but strong somehow. Northbound and unafraid, crossing bridges I once prayed I would never have to burn. But every heart must learn you can't outrun who you are, but you can change your frame. Northbound and unafraid, if I look back I won't slow down. Some roads are meant to leave town, and if the past calls out my name, it won't sound the same. Northbound and unafraid, under skies that slowly change. Every mile a cleaner slate, every breath a little braver. I didn't leave to disappear, I left to stake my claim. Northbound and unafraid, northbound, unafraid. Came in like September, soft light through the trees, golden on the pavement, carried by a breeze. There was something in your silence, like leaves about to fall, a quiet kind of beauty that didn't try at all. We walked beneath the amber sky, hands brushing in between. Every word you whispered felt tender and unseen. I knew you wouldn't stay long, like warmth before the cold. Some loves are meant for holding, some are meant to let unfold. You felt like autumn, warm but leaving soon, like shadows growing longer underneath the moon. I tried to keep you closer, but seasons never stay. Felt like autumn, and autumn slips away. Now the trees are standing bare, branches thin and wide. I replay our laughter like footsteps side by side. There's a sweater in my closet that still smells like your skin. I wear it when the evenings start folding in. Maybe we were never meant to see the snow. Maybe love is just a light that teaches us to let go. You were never mine to keep, just mine to understand. A fleeting kind of miracle I held in open hands. You felt like autumn, falling slow and sweet like rust beneath the skyline, crushing at my feet. If loving you was temporary, I wouldn't change a thing. You felt like autumn, and autumn always leaves. Autumn always leaves. Autumn always leaves. We don't fight like we used to. We don't even raise our voice. There's a silence in the hallway, like an unspoken choice. Dishes drying in the kitchen, TV glowing blue. We sit across from each other with nothing left to prove. Your hand brushes past mine, but it doesn't stay. Every word feels measured, like it's scared to say. There's a space across the table, wider than before, and I don't know what we're waiting an answer for. It's the quiet between us, louder than a scream. It's the weight of almost, and what we used to mean. We're not breaking, we're just bending thin. It's the quiet between us, settling in. I remember when your laughter filled the narrow rooms. Now it echoes faintly, like an out of tune. I don't blame you for the distance, I feel it too. Sometimes love grows tired of being two. Maybe we're just afraid of what the truth might say. Maybe we both see it, but look away. If silence is a doorway, we're too scared to close. Then we're standing in the middle of a love that froze. letting light grow thin. Letting light grow thin. The highway bends like a question through fields of turning gold. November on the dashboard, breathing quiet and cold. I packed my life in 2 small bags and left before the dawn. Didn't know what I was running from, just knew I had to be gone. Your voice was in the rear view, fading with the town. Every mile between us pressed heavier somehow. The radio was humming some old familiar tune, and I drove beneath the silver sky, afraid I left too soon. Northbound in November, chasing something I can't name. Every mile a little further from the comfort and the pain. I don't know what I'm becoming or who I'll be when I arrive, but the road keeps whispering, keep driving through the night. Rain began to fall, soft against the glass, blurring all the places I was trying to outlast. I thought leaving would be lighter, like shedding autumn leaves, but you don't escape a memory just by crossing the state lines, please. Maybe I'm just searching for a quieter version of me, one that doesn't tremble at every memory. Maybe I'll forgive myself somewhere past the trees for loving you imperfectly, for leaving silently. Northbound in November, with the heater barely warm, carrying the pieces of a love I couldn't form. If freedom feels like loneliness, then maybe that's alright. I'll keep driving through the darkness till I find a softer light. Northbound, northbound, in November, northbound. I wrote your name in a notebook on a page I tore out, folded it into a paper heart and filled it with doubt. There are words I never mailed, sleeping in a drawer. Every sentence I was scared to say still echoes in the floor. I keep the envelope unsealed, like I might change my mind. Like courage comes in quiet waves if I just give it time. But time moves like a river, and I'm standing on the shore, holding on to never sent, ink bleeding in the rain. All the love I never spent, still calling out your name. If silence is the price I pay for not knowing what to say, then every word I bury is a ghost that chose to stay. I see you in the grocery store and strangers passing by, in every song that sounds like us, in every soft goodbye. Maybe love is sometimes braver when it's left unsaid, but bravery feels different when you're lying in your bed. If I could fold the sky in half and tuck it in your hands, would you read the spaces where my trembling used to stand? Would you hear the trembling between the lines I crossed? Or would it just be paper for a love already lost? These are letters I never sent, drifting out to sea. All the things I almost meant are washing back to me. If silence is a kind of love that lingers in the dark, then every word I never sent is still inside my heart. It's still inside my heart. It's still inside my heart. Steam rising from the mud like a ghost in the air. Morning light on the curtains, you're not there. I sit across from your empty chair, hands wrapped tight. The silence tastes different in the early light. Clock keeps moving forward like it always does. But something in this kitchen is missing us. I pour another cup just to feel the heat, but it doesn't want what's underneath. Coffee gone cold on the counter by the sink, like the words I should have told but didn't think. Love doesn't always break, sometimes it just slows, like coffee gone cold. Before you know, there's a ring upon the table where your cup would stand. I trace it with my finger like I understand how something so ordinary can feel so wide when the smallest absence is amplified. Maybe we were fragile in ways we didn't see. Maybe we were drifting gradually. I'd give anything to sit across from you again, even if we both knew